Yes. Welcome to the Inscentive Collection. I be the host, Brandon, and BAM! Oh, man. Okay. Club Day, Nuit Sillage. Buckle up, buttercup. I got some things to say. Let's get it out the way. Not my favorite. Don't particularly care for this. Won't be spraying a whole lot of it in this review. Okay, so you're gonna have to magnify the video to see the mist, because once this thing is out the bottle, that is it. In fact, that is all this room can handle. Because I will say you are getting a dense fragrance. Let's get that out the way, but let's jump into it. Okay, so from the year of 2020, when everything on the planet was falling apart, Club Day Nuit was like, hey, let's create a dupe. Okay, so this is your dupe to mountain spring water, something like that, spring water. And so here we are. Let's get into the type. The fragrance is the most linear fragrance I've ever experienced in my life. How it smells at actuation is how it smells on the skin. How it smells on the skin is how it smells on the clothes. How it smells on the clothes is how it smells from actuation. No differences, no changes. If you like what's in the bottle, if you like what you smell there, it's going to be on you. And duration, very strong, but it's a very metallic, this bottle reminds me of Homelander. Like, it's not evil in any way, but it's such a constructed thing. It's such a scientific experiment, if you will. It's such an exacting thing that personally, I don't really enjoy that adventure. I like smells to develop. I like smells to change. I like smells to take me somewhere. This is almost nauseating to me. People do like this smell. It reminds me of those 90s Jordan suits. Okay? It reminds me of them big, long Shaquille O'Neal basketball player suits. Okay? It reminds me of the oldest deacon in the church. It reminds me of, and those aren't terrible things. Those are very respectable and high achieving people, but it's just not for me. And as we go through this review, yeah, I'll unpack that more. But yeah, very metallic, very synthetic, very just exacting, very clinical, very practical fragrance. A fresh type of smell. Like, if we're going to get into some of the more popular terms, a very fresh smell, a very bright smell, a very, very loud, punch you in the face sillage. Okay, they got the name right. This fragrance is very, very performant. It is very performant, and it's very loud, and you don't need a lot. This bottle will last me 5 lifetimes. This is something that you will pass down from generation to generation. It's not something that you want a whole lot on your skin. It does last a very long time, and it's very, very powerful. So, when would you wear this? In a very, very big room with a ton of AC and giant windows. That's where this would shine. Putting the jokes aside, it's a fragrance that stands out. I would say business casual. You could wear this in situations of business casual. Definitely suit and tie. It's a very mature smell, and you need to be mature when you're using it, because if you're not, you will kill everybody in the room. So with great power comes great responsibility. We're talking about all the DC, Marvel, and Vought heroes today, or villains for that matter. So, business casual, up to business. It's not a very intimate smell. I wouldn't wear this for close encounters. Yeah, that's all I got to really say about that. When you would wear this, well, I mean, you could wear it all season long, all year long. I would say that if you wear it in the summer, you don't need much. It's a Parfum. It'll definitely push hard. It's very strong. It's a very cold fragrance. It's not very warm. It's kind of closed off, kind of cold. And with saying all that, in the dead of winter, okay, in the dead of winter, this fragrance will wake the dead from the snow. Like, this fragrance will shine, okay? It will. This is a very strong fragrance, and I can't express that more than just keep repeating it, because I have a lot of fragrances and a lot of samples. You know, those count as fragrances too, and nothing is even close to this, man. I mean, nothing is remotely close. This is a very powerful fragrance. So you can wear this in the winter. I wouldn't say, I mean, if you wear it in the summer, you know what? I take that back. Do not wear this in the summer. Wear this in the spring, in cold springs, and late fall, and then obviously all winter. No hot rooms. Do not put this in any hot room. You just can't contain it. Like, it's just, it's not, you can't contain this. So there, you know, through the seasons, 3 out of 4 is not bad. Age, man, I would say 35 and up. Like, this is like, with great power comes great responsibility. Do not wear this anywhere other than, like, you know, in professional settings and settings where you won't be hot and sweating. This does not need any extra push. Very, very, very powerful fragrance. So yeah, I would say 35 and up. Yeah, so that would be the age group for that. Let's get into presentation. I usually get in presentation first, but I kind of wanted to knock out the way it smelled and everything. Presentation there's not a whole lot to notate here. It does give me spring. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Maybe it's like, you know, the fact that I can see the water undulating and it kind of, they look like rivers, you know, and it's just sloshing about and you can kind of see through it and it's reflective. So it kind of reminds you of like looking out into, looking out at a riverbank or something and then water and the sun glinting off of it and catching you in the eyes. You kind of need, like, you kind of get that here. You know, and maybe I'm giving him a little too much credit. I don't know, but there seems to be a lot of, I think of spring. I think of spring when I see this. Unfortunately, I would not wear this in a late spring or a hot spring, but yeah, I mean, I get that from here. You have the logo across the side, Club de Nuit. You know, one thing that kind of irritated me was like this Acklet, it doesn't move, and like it seems glued on, but I just want to push it. You know, I just want to knock it off and get the chain, because the chain seems to be like a real chain, but I don't know, it doesn't work. This thing is a fingerprint magnet. Like, I cleaned this twice, and then when I pulled it out, because I mean I bought this back in 2020, probably used it maybe twice. When I pulled it out, it was just so dirty, and I was just like, man, like, I've never even used it. Picked it up maybe twice. But I mean, this is a fingerprint and dirt magnet. I don't know why so much so, but it really is, man. And it gets kind of cruddy. The cap, nice weighted cap. It's got like some bedazzled diamonds on it. Kind of reminds me of like a die, like some dice. It does. I mean, it's reflective. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. The cap is cool. It has like a little, it's kind of hard to see, but it's got like a little logo on it, and it's got some nice designs around the atomizer. And I think that's pretty cool. There's no part of this bottle that hasn't been thought about. Well, I guess except the back. There's nothing there. But, you know, I'm trying to be as positive as I can, guys. Like, this is, like, moving on. So, after you have presentation. I do want to get into the atomizer and pay attention because this is only happening once. Okay, that is it. I don't even remember how this sprays, so like, we're gonna have to do this live. Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, and okay, wide, wet. Let's do one more. Okay, very, very big cone, very, very big space. As you can see, man, there's a ton of oil here. I don't know if you can, ton of oil. This is a powerful fragrance, man, and I think that there's some quality stuff in here. I just don't particularly like them, but, ooh, here we go. But it is definitely something that, look at it, I still have this oil on me, man. Like, yeah, this is you pay, there's a lot of money went into this, man. Like, you know, research and development, and like, I mean, my skin isn't this oily after Tom Ford fragrances, you know. So the duration isn't anything to sneeze at. Okay, so here we go. Very bright in the opening. I smell something citrusy, bergamot perhaps. Very, very strong, very bright. Maybe 2 was too much. I may be a little more sensitive to smells than most people. As my eyes go bad, my other senses have gotten sharper, like Batman in the dark, you know? But there's another hero. Yeah, I mean, it's got a very metallic, very bright, very sharp, very, man. I do not care for this, but if this is your jam, if this is your thing, okay, so those bright notes are starting to subside a little bit, and it's starting to open up. Let's get into, as this develops, which is like that, let's get into the big B energy, the big bubble energy, ladies and gentlemen. Listen very closely. This thing is like it's a strong bubble, okay? You will be well protected from any foul scents. They will not be able to penetrate the armor of your ciliage. Okay, starting to open up, but yeah. So, man, I would say this is a 4-foot bubble, and the ciliage is probably 5, 6 feet, 7 feet, depending on how you spray it. Very, very performant, very strong. Very excitable. Like it's something that is very active. Like this fragrance is part of your character at a certain point. And I have one other fragrance that kind of reminds me of that, and it's Leighton. Like Leighton also has that metallic, but in a much more sophisticated, a much more presentable, a much more enjoyable way for me personally. But in a like as far as performance goes, and getting that higher end quality type of smell as far as it being a dupe, second to none, baby. In my collection, second to none. I don't do a lot of dupes though, so. Yeah, and like, you know, the back end, when the brightness goes away and that citrus kind of fades, it just gets kind of dull. It's kind of dull. It's not, it flattens out, and I don't know, just not very impressive after that bright spot is gone. But again, the smell doesn't disappear. It just kind of matures a little bit. And the other fragrances start to come forward. But this makes me want to take a shower. Not gonna lie. Not my favorite fragrance. But we do this for you guys. We do it for the collection, for the Inscentive Collection. We gotta get these fragrances up. You know what I'm saying? Get all these smells under our belt. Anywho. Big bubble energy, like I said, man, 10 out of 10. I don't think that there's anything that is in my collection that's even remotely messing with this. Not as bright and as loud and as dense. Like I have other fragrances. I'm terrible at names of fragrances, but I have a couple Tom Fords. I have some Leighton is another one that they reach out pretty far. They're very strong. They're very masculine, but at the same time, they're refined. This is like a high school kid with a Ferrari. Like it's, you're definitely gonna get some stalls, and you're gonna reach maximum speed several times in a very dangerous fashion. But yeah, I can't even think. You know, after a while, this starts to smell like urine to me. I don't know what that's about. It's just very cloying. It's not my particular fragrance. This is definitely something I would say get a sample. It's a very affordable, this would be one of the first times a fragrance is affordable, but I would say get a sample just because personally I have this bottle and I'm never going to spray this thing again. Like it's never going to happen again, and it's kind of a waste of money. Like even if you have a fragrance that's really, really strong that you're okay of or you're okay with and you'll spray it once a year, twice a year, in my opinion, that's a good value, especially if you're paying 40, 50, 60, maybe $100. Not bad at all, but I will literally never spray this again. Like it's not, there will be no remixes and no re-uploads of this video. Like this is it, of this fragrance. This is it. So let's dive into the fragrances. Let's see what we got. Let me check my notes here. All right. Off the top, you got bergamot, lemon, ginger, black currant, lime, and violet leaf. Yeah. Middle notes, you got jasmine, rose, and iris. Iris is one of my favorite notes. I do not smell iris in here. My favorite iris note of all time, I'll be putting that, fragrance of all time, I'll be putting that on the channel very, very shortly. Love, love, love that fragrance. I treasure it. I try not to spray too much because I want to keep it for as long as I can. Love that fragrance. More on that later. Musk, ambroxan, cedar, and sandalwood. And the cedar is the cedar and the sandalwood, I think those are, I think I smell those, but again, not my favorite combination of notes. But I would say grab a sample, try it out, see if you like it. It's definitely a fragrance that you'll be able to pass on to your great-great-grandkids because you don't need a lot. And as far as value goes, it's you know, I don't know of a fragrance that offers more value as far as big B energy per spray. Like it's tremendous. So that's the review. Again, welcome to the Inscentive Collection. I am so glad you watched this video. I'm so glad that you spent this time with me. Please let me know if there's a fragrance that you'd like to review, like for me to review, or if there's something that you think I can start adding and incorporating into the videos to make sure that I get you what exactly you're looking for when you watch these videos and stuff like that. Other than that, again, I'm Brandon. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.